Hi. I asked on my community page for questions and I got way more than I bargained for, so I'll try to be quick. Now, I don't really consider myself an expert on topics about myself, but I'll do my very best. There's one question in specific that was asked a few times, so I'll get that one answered right off the bat, and if there's any questions that are repeated in comments that I show, I'll skip over the question if I've answered it before, unless the way they asked it prompts a different answer. Generally, the question that was asked the most was artists that I take inspiration from, or who inspire me, or that I look up to. Whenever I get asked this question, I almost always fumble and forget every single artist that I've ever admired. Trust me when I say I've taken inspiration from an insane amount of people, and I still do, and I've been wanting to make a channel that involves animation since I was probably 11 or 12, and I even made some really mildly disappointing attempts, like this. Yeah. My absolute biggest inspiration is Jaden Animations, and that'll become even more obvious as I do content like this. I love doing fan animatics, and I'm not going to stop doing that. I just also really enjoy assigning a voice and a personality to my content, much like Jaden has. And Jaden's videos are and have been my absolute biggest inspiration for years. She's just so talented, man, and she has such a skill for creating content that's interesting and keeps a viewer inclined to keep watching without over-the-top volume or visuals. The other animators that really inspire me are like Ice Cream Sandwich, TUMBLR, Scorpia, KNP, Teardrop Do, Saddest, all kinds of people like that. I've got them all written down on my notes, and they're just so freaking talented. I already said that. And also, before I keep going, I need to mention just everybody in the Run the World map with me. Oh my god, man. Such freaking awesome and talented people. Anytime any of them share their work on like the Discord, I still go wild. They're incredible role models as well. And a very brief thank you to my friend Neha for letting me know what the text-to-speech bot was. Thank you so much. I would have had to read it all myself if I didn't have this. Oh my god, the horror. I would never read everything myself. So with that all out of the way, sit down or stay standing or lay down. I don't really mind, and I'm not gonna know either way, so do whatever you'd like. Let's start rapid fire questioning.
How long does a full piece like this take you?
Well, it depends on how familiar I am with characters, how much muscle memory I have regarding that character, all that basic cookie cutter stuff. But this one took around an hour and a half, and this one took around 2 hours.
How are you so cool and swag? Sorry, I have lots of questions, lots of love.
I'm very flattered, I appreciate that. Maybe it's the mass amounts of decorative gems that I've bought at the dollar store. Sorry if I have a lisp. I've got a retainer in right now. That's what makes me cool. Oh yeah.
What are your comfort things to draw? What got you started? Love your art so much, by the way.
I'll be so honest with you, long hair, 100%. I don't draw it that often because the characters I draw are usually very short haired or just have like lumpy kind of hair. Long hair, that's why I've drawn so much Sally face lately. When it comes to art, Undertale was a massive thing for me. I made so many OCs that if they were real, I'm pretty confident they could fill like 4 big like football stadiums. It was crazy. And when it comes to animation, probably like Dream SMP fan animations, because those were amazing. Oh my freaking god.
How long did some of the shorter animations take you, like the Gen Lost teasers?
With the shorter animatics, it really varies just based on how like fluid it is, and usually mine are just kind of like by frame, not very fluid. But this one took around 9 hours, this one took around 6 hours. So there's the general gist.
Is there anything you regret or want to do better?
There's a lot of things I regret. I stole a sour gummy worm from Sobeys when I was younger. I told all of my classmates that I had a bracelet that could make you run really fast and made them test it, and they believed me. I bit my friend after she won at tic-tac-toe in French class. But when it comes to my art, probably the thing I regret most is not posting more during the Dream SMP era, because I had so many things I was working on that I just didn't finish. There is currently an unfinished animatic with over 30-40 hours worth of drawing that just is never gonna get finished, and I'm so upset about it. Oh my god.
What is one of your biggest goals when it comes to you and your work?
Genuinely, I sat in my room and thought about this for like 7 minutes straight. It's such a hard thing to answer. I don't know. I guess it would be really cool to get to a point where the things I draw can be recognizable as me. I just think that'd be kind of cool. I mean, at some point, I want to make longer videos as well. I want to be able to make story-centered videos, which I will pretty soon, actually. Yeah, it's a really hard question to answer. I don't really have anything in mind. What I tend to do is just kind of start things and then just kind of see what happens, you know?
What do you use for animating and editing. What are fandoms you're in besides the Dream SMP and Gen Loss? Also, your art is just so amazing, chef's kiss.
Thank you. I use Procreate and I use DaVinci Resolve 18 for editing, as well as Audacity. With fandoms, the ones I'm about to mention I've been in for years at this point, but Sally Face, Sandersides, Tangled the Series, Marble Hornets, Omori, and the QSMP.
Do you love me?
Absolutely.
Favorite Gen Loss character?
Charlie Slimesicle.
For how long have you made art?
My whole life. Check out this stuff, dude. Oh my god.
Anything that specifically inspired or evolved your art style? I'd love to know, cause it's so pretty.
Over the years, pretty much my art style evolves based on what media I'm consuming. And lately, the last year or two, that's kind of stopped and I've just sort of evolved it on its own. But things that have in the past heavily influenced it are like Hand Plates by Zarla on Tumblr, Tangled the Series, and Prince and the Dressmaker, which is a visual novel.
First off, those are some awesome drawings. Second, some questions if you're good with them.
I am. This is a Q&A.
Do you have a favorite QSMP member?
I can't pick a favorite, so general favorites: Charlie, Etoile, Selbit, Begera. Everyone's great. Everyone's great. Forever's really great too. Everyone's really great. Mariana's great.
Do you know about Chronicle Zero and Gen Loss?
Yes.
Do you have an opinion on it?
I do. Good.
And finally, did you vote for Amber to die in Gen Loss if you were there when it happened live?
I was actually there for it live. I was there for the last 2 episodes live, and when it came to the final decision, my friends were debating on what to do, but I just picked die right away because I figured it would lead to the more exciting ending, so yeah, I did.
How long have you been animating? Any tips for new animators?
I have been animating for about 10 months now. There were some I've done it for longer, but I only started doing it with an end goal in mind for 10 months. And when it comes to tips, take a video of yourself and put that into your drawing app, take screenshots of every individual key part of the movement, trace your guidelines over that screenshot, and then use your guidelines as usual. And then it'll give you a movement that's more realistic.
Favorite color?
Orange, and I like browns as well, and also this specific teal color that I got. I took that picture. That picture's from a picture I took. It's from a river that I took a picture of on a hike in the middle of nowhere. It was awesome, and I feel like I'm at the ocean when I look at it.
How did you discover Generation Loss?
I've been following it since Rambu pretty much announced that they wanted to do a horror project, so I've just kind of been around, you know.
Favorite song? I need recommendations.
I was actually hoping someone would ask this so bad, like the point where I considered adding it in anyway, even if nobody asked. My absolute all-time favorite song, The Moon and Stars by John Mark Nelson. It's the best song I've ever heard in my life. Second is In Memoriam by the Ohlos, and third is La Seine from Un Monstre à Paris, which is a movie I watched in French class when I was younger.
And lastly and most importantly, if you were any type of chair, what type of chair would you be? Yes, the last question is necessary.
This is virtually impossible to say with my retainer in, but first choice absolutely every time, a circular bungee cord dish chair. Yeah, it's great. You feel like you're gonna fall out.
What's your favorite thing about making animations?
Seeing the end result.
Who is your favorite person or character to animate? Can't wait for the video.
It's been a while, but probably Quackity. He's really easy for me to draw, and Rambu is a close second.
Okay, I've got some. How long did learning how to animate take you?
A few days. Animatics aren't that difficult to make.
Can you upload some of your oldest animations and the first ones you ever made for inspo?
I really haven't made that many animations. Here's my first one, if you really want to see. And I'm sure that your heart is now spasming and your jaw's on the floor because of how crazy that was. But yeah, that's what I was working with. That was my first one.
If you started animating a year ago, how did you get so good at it?
I mean, I'm really flattered. I appreciate the compliment, but everything I do is really simple. Like lots of keyframing and just drawing pictures. It's really not that impressive, I promise.
In your family, are you the only one who animates or makes art?
Nope. Here's my brother's art. Yeah, it actually runs in the family.
How long have you been drawing and when did you start? Okay, thanks, please answer.
I've been drawing as long as I can remember. I was drawing in kindergarten and I was showing off at show and tell with my cats. It was crazy.
What made you want to start doing art?
At the time, it was probably just my elementary school friends being really hyped up and being like, wow, that's so amazing. And it wasn't. That was pretty great.
Any art tips?
Use real world references, or like look at them while you're drawing, and just draw a wide array of characters. Don't stick to just one or two, or like a group that looks similar. That's why I like drawing Sally Face so much. The entire cast is such like a diverse group of characters, so it's really fun. I'm drawing like all the characters.
What's your favorite video you've made and which one took the longest?
Orthodox and The Sims 1. As of right now, the video that took the longest was Daylight by the tiniest little baby molecule amount. Orthodox took 22 hours and 23 minutes, while Daylight took 22 hours and 32 minutes, not including editing. Honestly, Orthodox probably took the longest if we include the editing, but the next video I'm posting will beat both of those by a long shot. I'm not even done that video, and that video is over 30 hours, not including the probably 10 hours of editing so far. It's crazy.
Jaden. This is a question, I swear.
Yes.
What brushes and apps do you use?
I use Clean Sketch and Round Sketch brushes, pretty much, from Jing Sketch Basics, which is downloadable online for Procreate, and then I already answered, I use Procreate and DaVinci Resolve 18.
Do you prefer digital art or traditional art?
Digital, easily. There's an undo button, and if I hate it at the end, I can just delete it.
Question 1 is all I got. I pretty much know other stuff.
And I'm really sorry for biting you after tic-tac-toe in grade 4. And I promise I'll return you your books soon. I still have them on my bookshelf.
What are your thoughts on the QSMP presidential elections? Who would you have voted for? Thoughts on some candidates, on Forever, the Federation, etc.
Personally, I would have voted for Gag, but alas, it was never meant to be. But he always hangs out in my comment section, so I'm not too down about it. I think any of the candidates would have made amazing presidents, and I'm not at all disappointed by the way it turned out. He's gonna make an insane president, and I'm ready. But the Federation scares me, and I love it. Hey, what can I say? I really like fictitious media companies that are bad.
What are your favorite animals and thoughts? These are just suggestions, amazing sketches, and good luck on the QNA, lulby. Have a nice day or night, mate.
Thank you, you too. My favorite animals are ferrets and otters. I want to get a ferret when I'm older.
How or why did you decide to call your profile lulby?
I knew this question was gonna hit at some point. I'm ready to let you guys know the truth. Take a deep breath. I know this is tense for everybody, everywhere in the world. Right now, everybody's freaking out. I can just feel it. And I feel that stress. It's a mystery that rivals freaking Jack the Ripper's identity and how I managed to get banned from collecting rocks in elementary school. I don't remember. I was on a trip to Europe, and I remember really trying to brainstorm a name that I could use, and all I knew was I wanted it to end in a Y, because Y names are sick. I had a decent amount of examples, but I landed on lulby for whatever reason. I had in mind that Rambu's username came from mispronouncing the word rainbow, so I really tried to get in on that too, and I was saying every single word wrong. But it was only after picking the name that I realized that it was weirdly close to the word lullaby, which I apparently just can never acknowledge or see, especially on The Sims 4. And I just thought it was pretty cool, so I kept it. Plus the exclamation mark is for added excitement or dread, general strong emotion, but you have to watch a video to find out how you feel.
Do you have any tips for developing a consistent art style? I love yours very much. It's so cool and unique. My art is honestly a little bit of everything at the moment, so if you've any tips on finding or making an art style, I'd appreciate it.
Don't be afraid to take inspiration from art pieces that you like, or just general styles that you enjoy, because if you like the way that someone's drawing eyes, for example, try drawing that out a few times, and incorporate it into your own. Nobody owns any specific technique. If you like how something's being drawn, try it out for yourself. That's not a crime. It's not stealing. Every technique has gone through hundreds, thousands of artists, and eventually when you're mix-matching things that you like, you're going to find something that you're able to stay consistent with and that you enjoy. That's pretty much all I did.
And lastly, all of your cats' names. Please gimme the names. I know Patches, but is there more? That is the question. If you don't mind answering, that is. No pressure for any of the questions, of course.
I have 3 cats who are all sisters because I got them all when they were kittens. They all look like various stages of cooked marshmallows. Here's Milo, she's toasted. Here's Patches, she's pretty dang cooked. And here's Fluffy. Fluffy caught on fire.
That's all the questions.
Thank you to everybody who left comments. I appreciate it so much. Oh my god, that was so much more than I thought there would be. It was amazing. Thank you so much. again, there's a video I'm working on which will come out hopefully soon. It's taking forever, dude. It's a fully animated one. I wouldn't even say animated, it's fully animatic. So, and that's around like 12-13 minutes as well. So like this, but all animated and all story based. So that's gonna be fun. Stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you want to. Thank you, bye.